Okay, so for those of you who may not be aware, I was basically working on a game ever since COVID, really. What else did I have to do? But I was working on a game in Unity specifically because I had made other games before and they weren't quite as to the scale or scope of this project, which is saying a lot considering that the game isn't even done yet. I literally took a break for my sanity, and also because I was trying to get it for a Halloween type of release, and that did not happen, as there were many other bugs and stuff like that. And coming back to the game after almost a year of not working on it, thinking that I had solved a lot of these issues that I was encountering and getting very frustrated at. No, I did not. It's still no, it's still bad. It's still there. There's still some things that don't work, but I'm excited to try to get back into it and hopefully get it done by Halloween of this year because that's a totally feasible goal that is not ambitious by any standard of the imagination. But kind of going along kind of concurrently with this project was the idea that I would make a video series about detailing my experience working on the game itself as well as like a kind of a development log, that type of thing. And that also didn't pan out the way I quite wanted it to go because I'm coming back to it after a year of recording the videos and stringing them together with an initial edit and not being quite satisfied with it. Like when you see the dates for the recordings of each individual video, that is last year. Not this year, but last year. It's been an entire year. For all the years that I've been coding and writing programs, this video holds a special place in my heart just because of how absolutely frustrating these problems were to solve. Like, this is some of the most difficult problems I've ever had to tackle in something that I've made. So enjoy.
Hallelujah. I never thought this day would come where I could actually record my screen and not have Streamlabs throw a fit every time I try to record not my desktop, even my laptop screen. Anyways, I've worked very hard on this and I've made some good progress. So I just want to get into it, frankly, because I really want to see what unforeseen bugs might occur. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't because this is all randomized. I don't really know what to expect. I made a map, made a maze that has multiple levels, and the enemies spawn in multiple different locations. There's a shotgun at some point that I don't know where it's gonna show up, but I guess we'll find out. It takes a very long process to load in the game. That's why I'm thinking of having it default as to the same map because it takes so long to generate it all the time that it's like, oh my god, and that's the problem. I would say it's like, oh yeah, with a lot of these indie games, especially like Phasmophobia, is that the maps take so long to draw initially that it's like, oh my god. Yeah, there has to be some kind of progress bar here because I don't know whether there's a bug or something here or whether it's not working. But I didn't expect it to take this long, to be honest. But it's a good thing I had two planned originally had to have two planned settings for the game that you can either restart from the original map, which I think I have it set to, and then the restart and destroy the existing map and then create a new map entirely, which is not ideal. It's terrible, especially since this thing takes so long. It takes a while to generate. I was honestly surprised. No, it's not even that it takes a while to generate. It just takes a while to create the navigation stuff. That's the only problem with it. I think at least. I can take a look here to see what the hell the problem is. But this is a prime example of why bad code is really bad when you think about it because this code is not polished at all and it takes a really long time for a slightly different sized map like 50 cells. Wait, no. God, I can't do math. Yeah, I guess it is a lot. It's a lot to process. It's 500 cells difference between a 500 cell map and a 1,000 cell map, and that's actually a lot of stuff to compute. So I can't really actually complain that much. It's also eating up so much. Like that's not that bad actually. No. How's the GPU doing? Not great, but it's fine. Oh, good. We're in the game. Okay, good. Ow, that's very loud. I added sound effects as well. Also lagging like a motherfucker here. I think it's because of Streamlabs that I have open as well. It's like it doesn't know what to do. Also, the doors are slightly different color, so I think they have a reflective material on them by default. I don't know why, but a smaller map. I'll make it taller, to be honest. I guess tall is good. We love tall. But I really like the textures. Oh my goodness, because and I'll show you why in a second. They have they have textures to them, so the textures actually have like well texture to them. I mean, they're not just like images. They are real textures that are generated on the map, in the wall, in the floors, and you can see that in the way that the character moves, the player. And I think that's really, really cool. Like, I mean, look at that though. It's just kind of like it's. You can see that there's like some bumps to it as well, and that's really cool to me. Ah, yes, perfect. Already, I can show this off because I was just about to talk about it. If I can pick it up, oh my god. Uh, oh hi, hello, where? Hi, please stop. Oh god, this might be really poorly. Oh no. And also, it's a dead end. Cool, great. I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to make a multi-dimensional map. Hi. What the hell? Excuse me. What? This game is kind of buggy. I'll admit that. Oh my god. Good lord. Wish I had the freaking grappling gun. I do have the grappling gun. Oh my god. I'm gonna ignore you. Get up here. That's good. All in a day's work. Yeah, I wanted to make a grappling gun, so I did. I also went with the blue light because I thought that the white light was a lot harsher than it really needed to be. Oh my good god, the lag. I hate the lag. I'm just kind of wandering around aimlessly. I kind of knew that would happen actually. No, 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 stop that. I swear. Love getting distracted. And dying multiple times. Hi, 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 stop that. I hate you. They can't go through doors, so I'm fine. That's exactly where they intended it to be. I didn't need to find the exit or the shotgun. The shotgun is the ideal. Would be ideal because then I can actually fight these monsters. Well, I've not given a name yet. That's the one thing I don't know how to give them names. Really surprised that I haven't encountered any enemies as well. That's kind of sus, you know. Really very very sus. Actually, I'm very kind of worried about the game breaking. To be honest, the grappling hook is probably my by far. Oh, I found the exit. Cool. Okay, great, fantastic. So I want to make a new game because that was very fun, and I want to show off more of this because why not? Because I really didn't encounter as many enemies as I thought I would, you know, and I immediately die. Also, the enemies spawning are weird. I hate it, so, but I can't do anything about it, so, right now at least. Fuck! Fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck. We're okay. Oh god, that was stressful. Uh, oh wow, that's a much stronger reaction than I thought I would get for myself out of this game, to be honest, which is good. Fear is good. Oh, there's two of them there. There's many of them. Wait. Oh god. Are they all spawning down there? I think they are. That's annoying. I thought I fixed that. That's really dumb. So there's obviously still a lot that needs to be done with this. It's terrific. Great time. Because enemies were supposed to spawn all around the map, in like both in terms of like height and also depth. And there's two doors. Weird. Another door. Oh boy. Let me keep up with these logs real quick. Actually, hang on. Spawn enemy on level 2. Level 2, level 1. There should be one on level 1 as well. Interesting. Wherever they are. I don't know. They are all on the bottom floor for God knows what reason. I'm perfectly going losing my mind right here, to be honest. So that's some weirdness. They fall through the floor. That's great. No, there's no way. I swear, there's no way. No way. There's no way. Oh, wait. That's probably why. They keep falling through the floors. That's why it's like, okay, maybe, possibly. I need to keep track of one of them. This is fun though. I really like going through these problems because they're hard and horrible, and I hate them. But they are very fun as well to figure out and just see what the dumb nonsense of making a game is all about. So I'm gonna track you. I don't care about that. I'm gonna track your position, whether you fall through the ground or not. You're just stuck. Why are you stuck? That's just very rude of you, sir. That's extremely rude of you. Gotta make it up to the top floor to see if this guy's still here. I believe that he is. I don't need to fall off. Recording two videos back to back, which is fun. It's great. A great time. Yeah, anyways, this is the completed. Just another update. This is not completed per se, but this is basically the full whatever. The UI looks like shit, but it works. You know what? It works. So I mean, basically, and this is gonna take a while to load, but you can see it being drawn right now. Good lord, it's gonna take a while to load because it's making like a large map like this. But anyways, this is basically what I have worked my butt off for 2 weeks doing. And the loading screen takes a while. It will probably stop at 49% and then freeze, and the program will stop responding because that's great. But that's perfectly normal. Actually, that is actually normal for. I know it sounds odd and it sounds like something that would break, but it's perfectly reasonable and perfectly fine. That's pretty great. Just have your game just completely crash. I wanted to make this game run faster, like load faster, but it's not going to happen because it's taken a while to figure out the navigation and figure out where the enemies need to move and how they need to move and stuff like that. So that's fun, I guess. Yeah, I'll wait until this thing loads and then we can get into it. Oh my god, come on, there we go. We're going to play this full screen now. But whatever. So I don't remember when I last recorded. Oh, grappling good. Good. Good stuff. So I can actually get up to upper levels now. The doors are still broken, but that's fine, I guess. There's also a considerable amount of lag, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever. That doesn't seem correct, but okay. Very stupid, but alright. I'll allow it, I guess. The AI is not good. I will say that it's still kind of finicky, to be honest. But yeah, the texturing looks good. I can pause the game. That's weird. That's weird that there are two shotguns, apparently. Okay. Yeah, the other problem is that there are just bottlenecks that happen where, like, you have a bunch of enemies, enemies spawning in the same spot. And that's really frustrating, and I thought I fixed that as well. I know the issue. I just thought I know exactly why it's causing that. It's just I don't know if I fixed that or not. That specific issue. So even if I get to the exit, there's still another part to it all. The trick is just not shoot them, not look at them, try to avoid them as much as possible because I don't like dying. I'm also kind of in a rush because I'm trying to figure out where the exit is so I can get the hell out of here. Like, it's stressful knowing that it's not fair. It's not balanced because there are I found the exit. I need a key, though. Which means you gotta backtrack somewhat to find the key. Yeah, speaking of the exit, yeah, it's right there. So we need a key. Wherever it might be. So the key spawns randomly in the map. So it's somewhere here. But I might take a look because I have that door accessible to me. There's another door. Another door. And another door. And yet another door for some reason. And another door. Oh my god, the lag is really bad. Do not know why it's so bad. The key, the key, the key, the key. Cool. So we got the key. Now I just gotta make my way back. So follow the trail of doors, I think, possibly. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrendous. I gonna have to fix this. This is really frustrating. I don't know why. So I did some digging, and I found out that it was because of the nav mesh generator for the enemies. So basically, there's a method that is called every single time an update of the game happens. So that's every single frame update, maybe slightly like around that. So if it's like a 60 FPS, then it's about every 1/60th of a second, basically. It's pretty fast under normal circumstances if the methods don't take a long time to return. The problem, and the problem that's why it was lacking so much, is because the update method was taking such a long time, and it's just a problem. The reason why is because in the enemy class there is a method that is called uses the nav mesh, so the thing that controls the AI to move towards the player, right? And so it calculates a path on how to get to the like shortest path to get to the player or whatever target I set to. In this case, it is the player. So, but the underlying problem with that is that I guess there are a couple problems with this actually. One is that the player moves faster than the enemies at the start, which causes the path to be calculated a lot more times than it necessarily needs to. It updates every single frame, so it's updating where the player is. And that's kind of a bad thing to happen because it's not. It takes a long time. It causes these slowdowns. And the second thing is that it's being called for like 15 different instances of the same enemy, so you can bound to think that there is some problems with that as well. And yes, there is for a large extent, yes, but it's tricky. It's hard, and I. But it is caused with the enemies because I did it without the enemies, and the game ran absolutely fine. Anyways, I think I just want to kind of get a good sense of the show, what else I have done with this uh, in the past couple days, because it's just fun. It's kind of disappointing, sure, to see. Uh, and I can actually show you what I'm talking about here. Uh, so I do. And there are a few changes that I made. So the big change that you see is that it's completely dark and there's no directional lighting in the scene whatsoever because it's spooky. It's supposed to be a kind of or on the edge of your seat type thing, and having light doesn't make it as scary. You know what? And that's just the decision. The other thing is that I'm setting it to the height of one because there are some problems with the enemies in different levels that again have to do with the slowdowns a bit, and that kind of sucks. Again, it's really frustrating to me. But anyways, the third thing is that the doors are automatically open on the start of the game. Don't worry about those errors. I have no idea what those are. I don't know what that means. I think it's looking for something that's not there, which is great, I guess. You see those random spikes and lag. I think the other thing is that they were kind of bottlenecking at certain points where there is a door, and that's why I have the doors open. And I adjusted the code in the navigation to make it so that they can walk through doors now. You are not 100% protected just because they are in another room as you. Like 22 frames per second isn't terrible, and it's literally just because of the navigation. It's literally just because of that, and everything else runs fine. The texture's fine. That's not slowing anything down at all. which I was surprised at because that's what I thought it was at first. It's like, okay, no, it's the freaking AI that's basically slowing everything down. And the thing I normally would be fine with it, like, oh yeah, just admitting that something is out of my scope or field or something like that. But this is just like it's frustrating. It really is because I feel like I know I can like the solution is like right there in front of me. It's kind of just like okay, that makes sense, right? And oh my god, this is so just frustrating right now. Let me take a look actually why. Let me turn on the direction light for a second here so that I can actually see what's going on. So they're all stuck there, and it's already lagging so much, and so I think he is stuck in the door technically. Uh, he's not stuck in the door anymore, I don't think. But these guys are definitely stuck. I genuinely have no idea why. Yeah, they're just stuck. They are stuck. It might be because of the fact that they entered the code. So if I just stand in one place, then what? Look at the end. So yes, so. That's easier to see now. Oh, so he's right there. Okay, so I see. That's not that hard to get to, be honest. Uh, so navigation, yes. So it has a plotted path, so it doesn't have to go anywhere because it knows that it's so theoretically. So if I go here, and then it's like, oh no, I have to go back around. Oh no. Wait a second. So if I just stand here, then it's gonna be like, oh, I've got you now, sir. For some reason, because it doesn't know what it's doing. It's literally just standing in the corner. Why? Because I think technically it thinks that it is in the distance of where it's supposed to be. Because I am in the distance technically of where I'm supposed to be. So that's fun. If I move this way, then it's gonna be like, oh no, what do I do? Oh god. And there you go. There you go. It's coming to have to go all the way around just to get to one spawn. Why? Literally, why? I am going to lose my mind. Okay, so. Okay, so I have been digging some around, some research, and trying to figure out what is exactly going on here. And I've realized that I don't remember what exactly I talked about last night, but the pathfinding uh, for these enemies is a fairly expensive process, especially on a 20 by 20 map with lots of walls and obstacles in between, and I'll show you why. Or I could explain why. Probably some post production thing about like a decision, like a tree and stuff like that, all that stuff. Uh, it's kind of like okay, it's just a kind of basic overview of why pathfinding is so hard. But that's I'll deal with that later. Uh, it's not really that important. Uh, so yes, so you can see that it says pending there, and that's great, all well and good. If I go out to the scene and look at where this enemy is, and he's just kind of stuck there. And if you look at, I understand the navigation a little bit better now. So that red line means that it is basically the straight shot path, ray traced like exactly. If you go bird's eye view, dead to the center of the target. Uh, it does not know. It does. So it's pending right now. It's still calculating this path from here all the way to the other side of the map, and all these obstacles in between. It's like, well, I guess I can't do the bird's eye view, so I'm gonna have to figure out everything else in between and how to get there. And that's all well and good. That's fine. That's completely normal, and that's reasonable, and it's expensive. I understand that. But what frustrates me so much is that the fact that it just kind of sits there. It sits there not doing anything. It's just standing. Like, I will show you. He's just standing there. He is literally just standing there, not doing anything, not following any sort of path, but it just, he's still the same spot as before. And, I'm thinking about just writing some code to say, hey, if you don't have because it will figure it out eventually. It will figure it eventually to get to the right path to the obstacle. But until that, it's gonna take like a few minutes at least to figure that out. And that's not time, but because it's just gonna stay there. So I might figure out some code to kind of write to say, hey, even though you don't exactly know how to get to the player, you can just basically follow the steps as you get them, basically. All right, so I think I've managed to figure out what the problem was, and it all has to do with one single line of code, which is this one. This is basically the code to set the destination of the target. Well, it's basically to set the destination of the enemies to the target position, meaning the player. Um, the problem with that, though, and it shocks me that I wasn't able to figure this out earlier. Like, I should have figured this out much sooner. But the problem with this is that it is, this chase target method is being called by update, which update happens multiple, like it happens like 60 frames per second. So it updates every single frame that the game runs. So you have this tanky calculation that's being run every single frame. No wonder it's going to slow things down quite a bit. And it really didn't need to have this happen because it's like, oh well, it's just, I don't know why it's recalculating every single time when, even though the player hasn't moved very much, it's still having, but it doesn't matter. It just tosses out whenever it sets destination, it calculates path. So it tosses out the old path that was right in the middle of calculating, and it just starts calculating a new path, and that happens 60 times a second. And you know what? That it's really bad when it sounds on its face. And yes, it is really really bad. So what I have done is basically said, hey, uh, like I think it's in set location. So once the enemy is spawned, it will set the destination to the target. Uh, and I think it's at the start. I didn't realize this awake thing was here as well. Awake is also a thing in Unity for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, this is a very fast and loose solution to this. It's not easy. It's not a full person scenario. I could just say, hey, also wait for waiting for updating the position, but I don't know how long this calculation usually takes because I was like, the other thing that I was kind of suspicious about too was like, oh yeah, these calculations take, you know, Unity is very fast and efficient, and they've had a lot to this technology to work with for a while. I don't know what words were, but essentially they've had a lot of time to fine tune it perfectly so that it is very fast and very efficient. I was sitting here wondering, why is this so inefficient? Why? And it's not, at that point, it's not usually the Unity's fault. It's my fault. It's the programmer's fault, which is fine, I guess. So, am I not going to encounter any of them? Are they even moving? That is a good question. This guy is moving. Is this guy stuck? No, he's moving. This guy's moving. And this guy is. That guy is standing still, apparently. Hell is the target that he's supposed to follow? That's not what I meant to do. Hang on just one second. Oh, so he does have a path. Never mind. All well and good, I think. I don't know where I'm going. I need to get back to the exit. Yeah, that's great. Yes.
So there's another bug with the UI, not AUI, AI stuff, in that when you close a door, it cuts off paths, which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, I guess that is a good thing for the player, but not for the performance of the game. So that's fine, I guess. I don't know. Good times all around. So just to give you guys a bit of an update on the latest insanity of what the hell's going on, I ran into another problem while trying to fix the, well, the, I don't know if I even mentioned this or not, but the enemies responding on different levels than what I had really originally intended to for them to be. Actually, of course I mentioned it. It was very mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, but it's still not fixed. But what other problem I found out was that the, what's it called? Um, the floor. So basically, I was just putting, we know it's mazes stacked on top of each other, right? I was basically putting holes in the floor for mazes two through whatever number of mazes that I had. So, just semi randomly, right? And so that was like, and thinking that that was fun and dandy and stuff like that. But the problem was that the enemies sometimes couldn't, if they were trapped on basically what was the equivalent of an island on one of the higher levels that wasn't on the first one, they would just be stuck there, and that would slow down the game immensely because they were still moving. They were still moving with a path in mind with the navigation. Navigation was good because of that, because they were still moving and trying to get to the target. But the problem was that they physically could not get to the target no matter how hard they tried, because there was no possible way to get to the target. So essentially, what I did was I basically got a nifty little solution together to fix that, and so now it should be fine, and the game runs a lot smoother now. And lo and behold, this problem still exists of the freaking enemies spawning on. I thought I fixed it too, and I thought I fixed it. Oh my god, I thought I fixed it, and it's just so infuriating to still have it be around and a problem. And I swear, because I'm like 95% done with this. I am so close to being done with it. I can taste it. And I just want to be done to finally get to show you guys what I've made. And it's not going very well. So it's just so frustrating. And I need to. That's essentially where I'm at. I am very close ish to figuring out a jury rigging a solution to try and figure it out. But I don't really know. So I guess we'll figure that out.